So many of our dreams at first seem impossible, and then they seem improbable, and then when we summon the strength, they soon become inevitable. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, teachers and administration, and class of 2014. As I stand here today in front of you all, I can't help but feel emotional, proud, and overjoyed. Our hard work, determination, and dedication has turned into our success. I wanted to open with that quote because those words really spoke to me and reminded me so much of our journey through college. Hi, baby. I'm sure parents, as you remember, we did not get off to the easiest start. I'm positive that I can speak for every one of us when I say that at one point in time we all felt like giving up and that this was impossible. First term was no picnic. Sometimes we had 2 exams per week, plus assignments and definitions tests of 40 words that none of us had even ever heard before. One of the toughest challenges of this program was learning the language of dentistry. But as time moved forward, so did we, and words like alveolar process and deciduous started to make sense. Second term got a little easier as we started doing more hands-on learning, which helped a lot to make all the theory that we learned in term 1 come together. But this too had its challenges, like learning to suction on one another and realizing that you can't just peel the cheek back like you can on Dexter to make room, and that the tongue really never stops moving, so it's virtually impossible. Or at least at the time we thought that it was. By the time we got to term 3, everything was finally coming together and we were becoming educated professionals. But most of all, we were becoming like family. Client clinics were in term 3, and once again, we were all stressing out. Thank goodness we had an opportunity to go to University of Toronto, because this helped us so much to become comfortable, and it finally made everything feel real. Term 3 is where I grew the most. Going to University of Toronto really put my future in perspective for me. And this is where I realized that I was going to love this career, and I knew I had made the right choice for myself. My experience there was one of the most and best experiences of my life. I think University of Toronto brought us closer as a team, and when we got back, we had all changed for the better. Our year was long and trying, and there were many challenges and learning curves, but it was worth every one of them. I'd like to take a moment and just say how thankful and honored I am to be standing up here as our class valedictorian. My journey through college had its challenges, like all of ours. I was a brand new mom to my son Logan, who at the time was only 3 months old, so the term all-nighter definitely applied almost every night. My drive came from my son by knowing that I wanted to make a good life for him, and as hard as it was, I'm so thankful to be standing here today as a college graduate. I would like to thank my mom for all of her love and support. She believed in me every day and pushed me to succeed. I'd like to thank my dad for making me tough so I could have the strength to conquer all of this. I'd like to thank my husband for putting up with me when I was studying for exams. I know it wasn't easy. I'd like to thank Miss Leah. Your kindness and willingness to listen and take the time to explain things to us and help us learn is why we made it this far. And I'd like to thank Ms. Bugarin. You have truly been my inspiration. Even now, while I'm at work, if I'm in a stressful situation, I always think, what will Mrs. B think? And I always get through it. Your guidance and knowledge that you shared with us to help us get us here is what made us succeed. I will never forget you. On behalf of the graduating class of 2014, I'd like to thank everyone who touched our lives. To our parents who stood by us, to the teachers that taught us all we know, to the administrators that made our experience as amazing as possible, to the advisors that helped us decide which path to choose. Without you, without each other, we would not be standing here today. And finally, to my fellow graduates. This is only the beginning of the wonderful life we have made for ourselves. At the time, it seemed impossible, but now we know nothing is impossible. We laughed, we cried, we experienced, we learned, but most of all, we did it. Thank you.